As rivers flood all across Minnesota and the Wisconsin border, some cities are watching new investments pay off on dry land.
Fox 9's Corin Hoggard went to Montevideo, where a $17 million flood protection project finished just in time.
The banks of the Minnesota River are nowhere to be seen in Montevideo, erased by floodwaters last week. The river is in a major flood stage, rising almost 5 feet above its normal limits. But a lot of nearby homes are bone dry because of a levee just finished in the last few months.
That entire area would have been completely underwater. Our Pioneer Village would have been completely underwater, and City Hall here would have been at risk of flooding as well.
That's what happened in 1997, and Montevideo City Manager Robert Wolfington says the flood protection project has roots in that emergency. Mayor Eric Winter says it was usually very expensive and time-consuming to gather volunteers and try to fend off the river.
We obviously were probably tired of sandbagging a lot, and it was time to put up a levee to protect the city.
The city built up the levee across 2,300 feet, but in sections as they came up with funding themselves and from the state. In the end, the project cost about 3 times the city's entire annual budget. It's held off the Minnesota River, but it doesn't protect homes along the Chippewa River.
Well, I always thought they kind of put it on the wrong side of the river.
On the end of town where there is no levee, the water of the river came very close to Judy Larson's house. Larson is alone on Chippewa Street in the Smith Addition part of the city where the government bought up almost every home but hers. Her home is in a flood zone, but she's not leaving it.
I'm here, but this is home. This is where my kids grew up. This is a cool spot.
Her home may stay unprotected, but the city is hoping the levee means they'll start seeing new homes along the Minnesota River where developers might have previously hesitated to build.
If you have that risk of flooding on a constant basis, it's difficult to encourage development in some areas of the community. And
even with the levee, the city intends to declare a flood emergency on Monday. Corin Hoggard, Fox 9.